Good morning, friends.
Good morning.
We're Bob and Debbie Nothurst at First United Methodist Church in Kirksville, Missouri. We were recently blessed by a visit from my first cousin, Joyce. She's a lovely person and we had a wonderful time, but she brought me my grandfather's German Bible. I had never seen it before. My grandfather died from the 1918 pandemic at the age of 42 years, so I never knew him. My grandfather's name, Robert Nothurst, is printed on the front of the Bible. And my dad told me many times that our last name was in Martin Luther's translation of the Bible. So I looked up Romans chapter 12, verse 13, and there it was. Nehmet euch der Heilige Nothurst an. The King James Version reads, starting with verse 9 of chapter 12,
Let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil. Cleave to that which is good. Be kindly affectioned one to another with brotherly love, in honor preferring one another. Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer, distributing to the necessity of saints, given to hospitality.
Well, the word note in German means need, but Debbie read that translation because our last name, Nothurst, means an urgent need, a necessity. One English translation of this verse reads, When God's people are in need, be ready to help them. Always be eager to practice hospitality. The previous bishop of our Missouri conference was Robert Schnase. He published a book entitled 5 Practices of Fruitful Congregations. And the first of those practices he called radical hospitality. In 2004, Debbie, her children, and I traveled to Honolulu. I think we arrived on a Saturday, and I looked up in the yellow pages for a United Methodist Church to attend on Sunday. I dialed quite a few numbers before I reached a live person. But she was the pastor of the church, and she was very friendly and told us the time of the service and how to get to the parking lot and asked my first name. So Sunday morning we pulled in the parking lot and there was a Filipino man begging us to follow him. And he had directed us through the parking lot where there was a piece of paper taped to a sign that read, Reserved for Bob. And I wondered how he knew who I was until we entered the church and discovered the entire congregation were Filipinos. And that experience illustrated how radical hospitality could be manifested. And I'm so thankful we are members of a congregation that exhibits radical hospitality. And I wish I could say that about a lot more churches. Now, we may not put a sign in the parking lot with the names of every person, but we are certainly welcoming everyone. And we would desire to be a wonderfully diverse congregation. Our campus ministry also welcomes all students. Our communion table is open to all. I've asked Pastor Scott to lead us in singing a song called The Welcome Table. It talks about how in heaven we'll be all welcome at the banquet of Jesus, but wouldn't it be wonderful if that could be realized on earth? All people, all nations, all races, all types of people gathering together in harmony and peace. We have a long way to go. But in our own community and in our own individual lives, we could practice hospitality and be eager and always ready to help someone in need. If you know this song, sing along. Welcome table.
We're gonna sit at the welcome table. We're gonna sit at the welcome table one of these days. We're gonna sit at the welcome table. Gonna sit at the welcome table one of these days. One of these days. We're at the welcome table one of these days. We're gonna sit at the welcome table. Gonna sit at the welcome table one of these days. One of these days.
Have a blessed day.